Hey everybody, this is going to be my first video, and if anything is a little shaky or not that clear, just hang with me and it'll be a little learning curve, and we'll see if we can't figure this out. This is a plumbing job I'm doing right here. It's in a double wide that had polybutylene piping that was outlawed and made illegal several years ago. They had a lot of lawsuits over it because the fittings were bursting and flooding the homes. And this one right here, it had polybutylene, it had several leaks, so I'm changing it over. And what I'm doing, let me move my lantern here. This is I think Fritz mentioned on one of his videos, I do that too, buddy. Got a lantern for the tornadoes that I also use on calls like this. Right here you can see the gray is the polybutylene, the white is the PEX. This is a PEX to poly fitting that I use crimp rings on. Just about every job I do now I use PEX, and I use copper crimp rings. And this is a PEX to poly fitting here that connects to it. Like I said, the problem was mostly with the fittings, not the pipe itself, although I will be changing this pipe out. Right now I'm just getting all the leaks I can find, and then I will eventually move on through and get all of the poly piping out and get it changed over to PEX. And then there's some T's right here. There's some T's right there, and what I was wanting to show you is right here is the regular copper crimp rings, and you can see you got this 1/8 to 1/4 inch from the end of the pipe when you crimp them. And when you put them on there, a lot of times they will slide down the pipe, and you'll crimp them and then see they've moved and they won't be the right distance from the end, and you might have to do them over. These right here, if you can see the orange yellow plastic end, these are pro crimp rings. These are what I use the most, but if I run out, then that's where you'll see the regular crimp rings, because I have to get the job done. But on these, that plastic end, it has a little edge on it, and it stops right at the end of the pipe. And when you put it on there, then you slide your fitting up in there, it won't move. It won't be able to slide down the pipe. And the plastic fitting is the exact distance from the end of the pipe it's supposed to be, so you don't have to worry about that. You just slide it onto the pipe, slide your fitting in, crimp it, you're done. Move on, move on. And on this one, when I'm doing these, if I've got a mostly straight run, I'll use straight PEX, because it can bend slightly. If I have a section that's going to do a lot of curves and bending, I will use a roll of PEX, because it's already curved and already got that shape in it, and it really don't cause any kinks or problems with it as you curve it around to get it to where you want to go. Now if I do have a situation where I'm worried about it, just like Al was talking about in one of his videos, I use these PEX turnouts. Just plastic curved fittings that will naturally curve the pipe and keep it from kinking or breaking on you. Alright, let me get over here and I'll show you some more over here on the other side. Here you can see a T that I got right there, and you can see the orange yellow plastic fittings on the Pro crimp rings. Might even get a little better view of them right there, and you can see on each one, you can pretty well tell that it's about the right distance from the end. Like I said, you just put them on there, you slide them on, then slide your fitting in, and you don't have to worry about the ring sliding down the pipe. You don't have to worry about checking to see if you got the right distance. Once you slide it on the end of the pipe, put your fitting in, crimp it, you're done. You move right on. And over here, these are test plugs you can get to put in the end of the pipe. I use them a lot. like in this situation here, when I get my flooring down and get my holes cut, then I can just run that right up through the hole and put the shut off on after that, and then be done with it. These are the shut offs I use. They're quarter turn ball valves. You have PEX on one end. On the other end, it's a 3/8 compression fitting. Just take the nut and the ferrule and toss them, and then I'll thread a stainless steel braided line onto that to go up to wherever I'm going. And if I'm in a situation where I'm not using them, then I'll get one that's looks like this, but it'll be PEX on both ends, and I'll run PEX up to where I'm putting it at. Alright, and then this right here, I want to show this Fritz real quick. We had talked about this, and I sent him some links on this, and I don't know if he had ever had a chance to do anything with it or not, but talking about the pipes. When you've got a pipe inside, you need to cut it out, ream it out. This is this is what I sent him a link on. Now this one's for 3 to 4 inch, and the outer solid wheel here, that's your guide. Then on the inside is your cutter wheel. And what you'll do is you will take your saw, and the pipe be coming out of whatever you got it in. This is a toilet drain waste elbow up under the toilet. Pipe comes out. You take and cut it with your saw. Cut it off even with the top of the pipe. Then you will take this right here, and the guide will sit right at the top, and as you spin it, it will start to turn, and it'll slowly start working its way down in there, and it will shred it as it goes. And every so often you have to pick it up and shake it off, beat it off, and that's what all the black is. That's all the shredded stuff where I beat it off. And about every minute or so, you will need to let it air cool or water cool, and then you just keep going, and it goes all the way down in there until it cleans it all out. But one thing I can tell you with these things, especially on ABS piping, it's even worse on ABS, but it will grab, it will want to wobble. You've got to keep it level. You need a 1/2 inch heavy duty variable speed drill, but you need to really get a hold of it and be prepared, because it will catch and kick back on you, and it'll do it quick. And if you're not prepared for that, you have a good chance of wearing a brace home or a cast home at night, because it'll break your hand or your wrist real easy. But it works like a dream in them type of situations. And this right here is some of my tools that I use when I'm doing jobs like this. This is one of the just normal cutters. Now, you know, I've got ratchet cutters I use on PVC, but when I'm using PEX, sometimes I'll use this one right here. That was my first one, but most often I use this one right here. It's a Lennox, and works really well. It's got kind of shredded edge on one side of the blade, and it cuts right through it.